things have been, oh, ooh, the way that things have been, oh, ooh. Second thing, second, don't you tell me what you think that I can be. I'm the one at the sail, I'm the master of my sea, oh, ooh, the master of my sea, oh, ooh. I was broken from a young age, taking my soak into the masses, writing my poems for the few that look at me, took to me, shook at me, feeling me, singing from heartache, from the pain, taking my message from the veins, speaking my lesson from the brain, seeing the beauty through the... Hey, you made me a believer, believer. Hey, you break me down, you made me a believer, believer. Has turned your spirit to a dove, oh, ooh, your spirit up above, oh, ooh. I was choking in the crowd, building my rain up in the cloud, falling like ashes to the ground, hoping my feelings, they would drown, but they never did, ever lived, ebbing and flowing, inhibited, limited, till it broke open and rained down, it rained down like... Hey, you made me a believer. The flames, you're the face of the future, the blood in my veins, oh, ooh, the blood in my veins, oh, ooh. But they never did, ever lived, ebbing and flowing, inhibited, limited, till it broke up when it rained down like... Hey, you made me a believer, believer.
The best.
Where did love go when all is said and done? Where did love go? You put the running into.
You're asking me to stay, but I never met a man I could trust. It's beautiful, it's bittersweet. You're like a broken home to me. I take a shot of memories and black out like an empty street. I fill my days with the way you walk and fill my nights with broken dreams. I make up lies inside my head like one day you'll come back to me. Now I'm not holding on, not holding on. I'm just afraid that you're gone. Not holding on, not holding on. Beautiful mistakes I make inside my head. She's naked in my bed, and now we lie awake, making beautiful mistakes. I wouldn't take them back. I'm in love with the past, and now we lie awake, making beautiful mistakes. Na na na, in my head. Na na na, in my bed. Na na na, eh. Making beautiful. It's pitiful. I can't believe how every day gets worse for me. I take a break, I cut you off to keep myself from looking soft. I fill my nights with the way you was and still wake up with broken dreams. I make these lies inside my head feel like they're my reality. Now I'm not holding on, not holding on. I'm just depressed that you're gone. Not holding on, not holding on. Beautiful mistakes I make inside my head. She's naked in my bed, and now we lie awake, making beautiful mistakes. I wouldn't take them back. I'm in love with the past, and now we lie awake, making beautiful mistakes. Na na na, in my head. Na na na, in my bed. Na na na, making beautiful mistakes.
You did me wrong cause I let you. Usually I like my situations beneficial. Doing something different got me looking stupid. The only way I'm coming back to you is if you're dreaming. Lucid, prove it. If you made a promise, then keep it. Why you wanna lie and then get mad? I don't believe it. But really, I was doing just fine without you. Looking fine, sipping wine, dancing on club couches. Baby, why you wanna lose me like you don't need me? Like I don't block you and you still try to reach me. How you figure out how to call me from the TV? You running out of chances and this time I mean it. Yeah, bet you miss my love all in your bed. Now you're stressing out, pulling your hair, smelling your pillows and wishing I was there. Sliding down the shower wall, looking sad. I know it's hard to let go, I'm the best. Best you ever had and best you gon' get. And if we break up, I don't wanna be friends. You're toxic.
Beautiful mistakes I make inside my head. She's naked in my bed, and now we lie awake, making beautiful mistakes. I wouldn't take them back. I'm in love with the past, and now we lie awake, making beautiful mistakes. Na na na, in my head. Na na na, in my bed. Na na na, making beautiful mistakes. Na na na, in my head. Na na na, in my bed. Na na na, making beautiful mistakes.
Only the best.
All right, everybody shut up. The weekend is on. Same place it always is.
I've been trying to call. I've been on my own for long enough. Maybe you can show me how to love. Maybe I'm going through a drought. You don't even have to do too much. You can turn me on with just a touch, baby. I look around since city's cold and empty. No one's around to judge me. I can see clearly when you're gone. I said, ooh, I'm blinded
West Bank to put a twist on this thing, you heard?
Baby, you hurt to nothing. I want an independent woman if she working with something. I want a slim, fine woman with some twerk with her. She ain't got a lot of ass, but I can work with her. Want a big, fine woman with some pop with her. She ain't got a lot of ass, but titty pop with her. Now I came here to get it buck, represent for no limit. You ain't with it, got the company, you love in the truck. You know what's up, we decide we're universal and we got the clubs. Put your head between your legs and touch your toes, bounce your booty up and down. Ooh, girl, there you go. Want to walk like a model. If you an independent woman, maybe I'm a holler. You got your hair fixed nice with your clothes tight. You wanna shake it like a dog and do it all night. Now assume your position. Get it right, put your hands in the air. Want to make it to this fight up top of top. You know what I'm about? I wanna see you turn around and stick your booty out. Your booty out. It won't top of style, top us out. Top of style, top. It won't top. Get up, top. It won't top. Get up, top. It won't top of style, top us out. Top of style, top. It won't top. Get up, top. It won't top. Get up, top. Hold up, check this out. I wanna know where all my ballers at, all my independent women. You heard me? We gon' do it like this here. This a chant. Come on here. Come on. If you an independent woman, holla. If you got your own house, holla. If you drive your own car, holla. If you hate your baby daddy, holla. If you an independent player, holla. Oh yeah. If you hate your baby mama, holla. Oh yeah. If you drive your own car, holla. Oh yeah. If you take care of your kids, holla. Oh yeah. Now want to walk with it, walk with it. Gangsta walk with it. Take you shake 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 with it. Now we got a brand new dance and it just won't stop. Throw your hands in the air through the top of rock. They go top of a rock, top of rock, top of a rock. Yo, man. Now East Coast, where you at? Let me get a hand clap. West Coast, where you at? Let me get a hand clap. Midwest, where you at? Let me get a hand clap. Throw this out, where you at? Let me get a hand clap.
Indonesia, don't tease ya. I'm in a Benz with a bow-legged beaver. I likes to flip my pancakes up in six. I likes to give it to 'em rough. Big paper, all flavor. Send the word to the hood, I'm Jim Baker. Love don't cost a thing, now who said it? Big pimpin' and ballin', who made it? I'm in a new Hummer with spinning wheels. And oh man, check out the grill. One Gucci sandal, strip leather. I'm looking for the ghetto Cinderella. Chopper called me up, it's all too easy. Now we tag teaming for sheezy. I act a fool, call me a donkey. Lips they crunch balls, I like them chunky.
Top of style, top us out. Top of style, top. It won't top. Get up, top. It won't top. Get up, top. It won't top of style, top us out. Top of style, top. It won't top. Get up, top. It won't top. Get up, top. Now where your head go at when you want it from the back? Toot that ass up. See like you like that, but my fellas go at when they hit it from the back. Smack that ass up. See like you like that. Want to wobble, move that. Show me how you do that, girl. You are who that? Make it holler. Who that? Wobble, who that? Show me how you do that, girl. You are who that? Make it holler. Who that? Wobble for me. Come on, want to back it up for me? Come on, want to wobble for me? Come on, 'cause you know what Chopper want. Come on, it's on now, nigga. We ready. I say it's on now, nigga. We ready. I say it's on now, nigga. We ready. I say it's on now, nigga. We ready. It's on now. It's on now. It's on now. We ready.
All right, yeah, good morning, and that is Uncle Lou here. That's right, the rumors are true. Not only am I here for you, so is the very talented Vic Tube. What's up, Vic?
Yeah, morning.
Yeah, good morning in that. Great entrance this morning, sir, per normal. Now, if you ever have any special requests, Vic, you could always email me, 7:30, 7:45 or something. I'd play whatever you want. Otherwise,
okay.
I'll just keep picking out a different banger every single week for you to roll around to in the morning. You know, it's good for you to get your blood flowing in the morning like that, Vic.
Yeah.
Get you moving around a little bit. But shout out to everybody for tuning in this morning. Happy Thursday. I'm down bad, man. I sneezed yesterday and pulled a muscle in my lower back, and I still have the Vegas flu. I don't know what I have. That's what I'm called. Every time I go to Vegas, I come back with some kind of serious head cold. You ever had to cough constantly with a pulled muscle in your back? It's one of the most. I couldn't sleep last night. It's bad. It's bad. And I've been on this whole get Lou in shape movement thing, which has been going good. I can't do shit now. I can barely get up and down from a chair. So the get Lou in shape movement is on hiatus until this back thing goes away. The lady had some muscle relaxers from when she had something with her back a couple of months ago or whatever. And I had to take one of those last night just to fall asleep. But, man, it fucking hurts. It took me like 15 minutes to put my right sock on yesterday after I got out of the shower. It's bad. I'm old and rickety, and things aren't getting any better. So I don't know what to do about it. Well, there's nothing I can do about it. I just got to wait for the pulled muscle to go away. There's nothing you can do. So that's what I'm going to do. Nothing. Also, I replaced the battery in my car yesterday all by myself. So
maybe that's good.
Yeah, if I had one of those.
What was wrong with the other battery?
Well, what's the only reason to replace a battery?
I guess it died.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
I was having some problems with it over the last month or so. I don't go anywhere. I don't leave the house. There's literally weeks that go by I don't get in my car. And when it got real cold a couple of weeks ago, I went to go somewhere the next day or something, and it wouldn't start. And I was like, well, it's probably just because it got real cold and I haven't cranked it up in a couple of weeks. So I jumped it off with the lady's car, and it was fine for like another week or so. Well, then when I went out of town I probably didn't drive my car for like 3 or 4 days before I went out of town. And then I was out of town for 8 days. And then I haven't tried to drive it again until the day before yesterday. And it was completely dead. It wouldn't even take a jump. So I had to take the battery out, which I did all by myself, Vic. Carry the battery down to the auto parts store in the lady's car, buy a new battery, come back home and put the new battery in. And guess what?
It worked.
It cranked right up, buddy. Now, to most people, that's no big deal. But I can barely put gas in a car, Vic. I don't know what I'm doing. So, but I did it. Nothing blew up. Nothing caught on fire. No electrical issues that I'm aware of currently. So I'm proud of my... Oh, and I did all of that with a pulled muscle in my back. You ever had to tow the battery around? Here's the other thing. It's not easy to get the battery out of that tray that it sits in my... I guess batteries are in different places in different cars, but my battery is all the way back underneath the hood. And anyway, it's hard to get down in there to pull that battery out, but I somehow managed to do it with a pulled muscle in my back. I'm an absolute beast.
Yeah.
There's no stopping me now. So.
Nope.
So that's great news. I'm happy to report that the Lou-mobile back up and running. Back up and running. Yeah. So that was good. I'm happy to report that for you.
All right. Well, that's good.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. Let's see. What do I want to talk about today? We'll talk about the Pay Lou movement, which is doing pretty well. I've got to talk about Nate here for a little bit, which of course will make Nate's day, because Nate's entire goal in life is to have people either talking about him or for him to come on shows and talk about himself. So he'll like that. I got something to talk about there. Kind of a bone to pick though. With that. Yeah, a little bit of a bone to pick. I got some Slob Olympics stuff to talk about. The cruise, 29 days away. You excited for that, Vic?
Yeah.
Vic, I can't remember if you said you've ever been on a cruise before or not.
No.
Oh, wow. Okay. What about your parents? Have they been?
No.
So it's y'all are okay. So all three of y'all are first time cruisers.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay. I've only been on one. It's not like I'm some kind of cruising expert. I've only been on one, but all right. So yeah, y'all are excited. That's good. We're gonna have a good time. But a little bit of Slob Olympics news from Pete's show yesterday that involves you, Vic, as well as Nate. So we'll talk about him twice today, which will make him extremely happy. What else do we need to talk about? Signing day was yesterday, but if the tree falls in the woods and no one's around to hear it, does it make a noise? No,
Right.
it doesn't. And signing day came and went. No one cared.
No one's cared about signing day in like 5 years.
Right. The early signing day is what matters now. Well, I don't want to say this signing day doesn't. Obviously, if you're a high school player that signed somewhere yesterday, it's a huge deal to you. And there were a few, big name players that were waiting, but 95% of like the top 300 signed in December. So it's just kind of an anticlimactic deal there with the signing day yesterday. The only good thing about signing day being yesterday is that now I can put out my top 25, which I'm sure everyone has been waiting on with bated breath in that.
Yep. Yep.
It's the whole top 25 and the off-season deal is so weird to me because every time you put one out, people complain that it's way too early to put out a top 25, which they're right, it is. But they click on it and they leave 10 comments about what's wrong with it and why they don't like it and why this team should be there and that team should be that. So it's a weird thing for people that do what I do with the top 25 because I'm only putting it out because I know people want to see it, even though I know that those people that want to see it are then going to complain about it and say you shouldn't be putting out top 25s or so. So it's a weird thing that happens there.
I think that people just like to complain.
Vic, I saw on ESPN yesterday an entire 2025 playoff prediction. All 12 teams seeded, the winner of all the games all the way down to the national champion. And I'm like, what in the fuck are we doing? I mean, I don't even make that kind of a prediction in the middle of August, heading into the start of a season. I mean, that's just... it's like in week 1 or 2 or something, and somebody will come in and chat and go, I think my team's going 8-5. And I'm like, 8-5. They'll go, yeah, 7-5 in the regular season and then win their bowl game. And I'm like, you don't even know who you would be playing in the bowl game. How are you predicting a win or loss in a bowl game? But to put out an entire 12-team playoff prediction played down to the champion is insanity.
That's crazy. Yeah.
I think I'm going to start a weekly off-season video series called The Dumbest Thing I've Seen This Week. And once a week I'm good because there's articles that come out in the off-season. And look, I get it because I'm somebody that makes my living off college football, so I know how hard it is to come up with videos or in this case an article or stuff to write or whatever about college football, in the middle of fucking February or May, or like it does get hard to just come up with shit to talk about. But my God, it's almost better to do nothing than it is to put out an entire 12-team playoff prediction the first week of February. I mean, that's just absolute insanity. We've got spring games, which, you don't want no injuries, but there might be. Then you got another portal window that opens up. I mean, you have no idea in a lot of cases who the starting quarterbacks are for these teams. It's just wild to me to put something like that out. But people do it, and I guarantee you that article on ESPN, if I could see behind the scenes to their analytics or whatever, I bet you that's one of the most clicked on articles they've put out since the national title game. Yep. For some reason, people just they can't get enough of it. And if I was some kind of a clickbait whore, I'd put out 25 top 25s in the off season because every time you put one out, people are going to click on it. But I just can't make myself do it. So I do 3 just to keep people happy. I do one now after this signing day. I do one after all the spring games are played. And then I do one like official preseason poll that comes out like the first or second week of August. That's all I can force myself to do. I just don't see a point in updating the top 25 every week or every 2 weeks in the middle of the off season. It just seems pointless.
Yeah, I only do one poll before the season starts. I just wait until August
the best way to do it.
week 1 poll. But
I mean, let's be real. If you're making a top 25 right now, all you're really doing is looking at every single team's last 3 or 4 recruiting classes and then who they have coming back from last year and then how good they were last year. That's really all you have to go on. That's it. I mean, so I don't know. I don't get it. But anyway, let's talk about Nate, Vic. I know it's one of your favorite things to do too. So,
yeah.
How long has Nate been roaming these YouTube streets?
I think since about 20, I guess he's been here since about 2021 or 2022, something like that. Yes, maybe about 3 years, maybe.
Oh, it's got to be longer than that.
3.5, 4. Yeah, 4 probably. Yeah, about 4 years probably, I guess.
Yeah. Well,
5.
I think it's longer. Let's go with 5.
Yeah, he's been around.
All right, let's go 5. Sure. So let's say he's been around exactly 5 years, which would be 60 months. Let's just say that. For 58 of those 60 months, he has done almost nothing but complain about not having a girlfriend.
Right.
His entire life focus for the first 58 of those 60 months that he's been around YouTube is, I want a girlfriend. I'm looking for a girlfriend. Let me call into every internet show on earth and ask them what I can do to get a girlfriend. I need girlfriend advice. How do I ask a girl out? Where do I find girls? When I find them, where do I take them? All of that.
Yes.
Right? Then about 2 months ago, guess what happened?
He got a girlfriend.
He got a girlfriend.
Yep.
Last Sunday on the Bad Bitch show, the ladies show, he called into that show and wanted to know how soon is too soon to ask your girlfriend to marry you. Okay? So, like, things are just, flying right along there for Nate. Like, you would think, like, things couldn't possibly be any better.
Yeah.
He's gone to bed every single night of his life for the last 5 years wanting one thing and one thing only: a girlfriend. He gets the girlfriend. 5 days ago, he's running around asking people how to propose and all this kind of thing. Well, now yesterday, he calls into the Pete show and is asking how to dump his girlfriend. He's had enough. And I'm thinking to myself, huh? Now, we all know, Vic, that the minute, hold on. The minute this relationship ends, whether it's now because Nate breaks up with her, or a week from now, or she breaks up, whatever, we all know the minute this relationship ends, he's going to be miserable as fuck, calling into every show, asking how to get another girlfriend. So why would he want to get rid of the one he has? Now Nate says for you to tell me what happened that we don't know.
Okay, right. Well,
Hey, what's up, Joe?
right. Okay.
So what happened?
Okay, so
Something happened?
okay, so I should talk about this now. Okay, so yesterday I was on a three-way call or a three-way FaceTime.
Oh.
Okay, yes, a three-way FaceTime with Nate and his girlfriend, and what they wanted to talk to me about was about their was about her living situation, because she is having problems with her landlord. She's having problems with her neighbors. So Nate wanted me to help him try to get her to stay and not move out.
So she doesn't live with her parents.
No, she
Okay.
lives in a group home.
Okay, I guess some kind of assisted facility type of deal.
Assisted living. Yeah,
Right, and she's unhappy there.
right. Yeah.
And because of that, Nate wants to dump her.
No, I don't. No, I don't think that's
So Nate
it.
wants to kick her while she's down. She's down
No,
bad. She's unhappy with her living arrangement. She's having a problem with her neighbors and her landlords. And Nate wakes up and goes, "Well, now would be a good time to get rid of this bitch." Is that what's going on here?
No, I don't know. That's not what's going on. It's not what's going on. So then, yeah. So my advice was, I guess that she should just, talk it out with these, people and come to, some kind of understanding.
Now, I'd be willing to call either the landlord or the neighbor or both.
Yeah. I also told Nate that he should talk to them too. Yeah.
What is the problem with the neighbor?
Well, they say that she's too loud.
What the fuck is she doing over there?
I don't know. They said their neighbors complain that she's too loud.
Now, is this a next door neighbor or like someone that lives above or below neighbor? Or do you know?
Well, I don't know. She didn't say, but
Yeah, because it could make a difference. Like, because if it's someone that lives below her, I mean, maybe she's in her apartment, monkey stomping around all day or something.
no, I don't think that's it, Pa. There's not another man. No.
Yeah, John Doman brings up another point. So she's having living problems, neighbor problems, landlord problems, and Valentine's Day's in a week. And Nate wakes up and goes, "I need to break up with this bitch." What?
Yeah, Nate says the next door neighbor says she's too loud.
Well, has she tried being quieter?
Huh.
Like too loud in what way? Like, okay, I understand she lives in a facility or whatever, but is she in an apartment by herself, or are there like 3 people in the apartment? Is it just her in there? Is it the TV that's too loud? Is she playing rap music like Jay Shipes? What is she calling up Nate and yelling at him on the phone, and that's annoying the neighbor? Like, what is it? How is it exactly that the neighbors say she's being the TV is turned up too loud? What? Like, we need a lot more information here.
I don't know. They didn't tell me. So
I mean, okay, so now whatever the problem with the landlord, is that related to the neighbor? So like the neighbor's complaining to the landlord and now the landlord is browbeating the girl? Is that, or is it a different issue with the landlord?
Yeah, that's what's happening. Yeah.
Okay, so when the landlord comes and knocks on her door, like we need more information. How is it she's being too loud? Is it the TV? Is it the radio? Is it just her talking? Is she in the kitchen slamming cabinets? What is it she's doing that's too loud? You didn't ask any of these questions when you had them on the phone, did you?
No.
Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, I've heard you try to get to the bottom of things before, and it's an exercise in futility.
Yeah.
It's not one of your strong suits.
No.
Now, we get them on here. Well, I get them on the show here. We'll get to the bottom of it in 5 minutes or less. I mean,
Yeah, it's a good idea. Yeah.
that's what we need to do, Nate. Need to get you and that lady on the morning show here. We'll get to the bottom of this shit. And if I need to make a phone call, I will. but we just need a lot more information here. We need to know the specifics of the complaint. In other words, let's say I had a neighbor that was too loud. When I called the landlord to complain, I would tell the landlord, I wouldn't just say, hey, my neighbor's too loud. If I were to call the landlord and go, hey, my neighbor's too loud, you know what the landlord would say? The landlord would go, well, what do you mean? They're playing music, the TV, they're talking too loud, they're banging. What do you mean that they're too, like, you know what I'm saying? So those are the questions we need answered.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah. I don't know why she wanted to come to me for advice, or why Nate suggested that she go to me for advice. Yeah, you're right. I'm not a very good advice person, so yeah.
Yeah. Well, I am, but I need way more information here.
Exactly. It sounds like Nate needs to be talking to you. Yeah.
Right. Well, he tried, but I was busy with the battery deal, and so I had, I guess that's when he called you. I don't know. He said
No, I do give a fuck, Pa.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but need a lot more information here. Need a lot more information in order to get to the bottom of that. Why would I call you? I'm doing a morning show.
Yeah, Nate, we got a link.
At all.
You got a link in the description. Yeah, look at the bottom of the description. Yeah. Click that link.
So, is it maybe that's why Nate wants to break up with her, because she's too loud? Yeah, this whole thing is confusing and honestly a little alarming.
Yes.
So, now Nate wants me to just end the show and call him. I'm not going to do that.
No,
this
Nate.
Show is way too
You're going to
important.
call into this show.
Yeah, this show's way too important for all that. Can't do that.
Yeah.
I didn't think the show.
Yeah.
That's dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to know the specifics of the complaint, because my neighbors being too loud is not providing enough information. So, all right, Slob Olympics are coming up in about 30 days on the cruise. Scaled down Slob Olympics this year because it's on a cruise ship, and time is an issue and a factor as well. And so what we have decided to do for the Slob Olympics this year, instead of it being an individual competition, which it normally is, it is a team competition. Me and Pete are, I guess, team captains or whatever we're going to call it. And we are going to draft our Slob Olympics roster. Now, we haven't done the draft yet because we don't have a final list of people who are both going on the cruise and want to participate in the Slob Olympics, because, everybody that goes doesn't participate in the actual Slob Olympics. So we're working on getting a finalized list of names. Okay, these are the people who are competing, so that me and Pete can go ahead and do a draft. As the only two surviving members of the Slob Olympic Executive Committee, me and Pete have decided that Vic and Nate have to be the first two picks. So, in other words, one of us is getting Vic, one of us is getting Nate. Now, the way we're going to determine who drafts first between me and Pete is some sort of individualized competition between me and Pete, whatever we decide that to be. The winner of that competition will get to decide, do they want to pick first or do they want to pick second and third? Because it'll be a snake draft, so if you like, I pick first, Pete picks second, Pete then also picks third. Then I pick fourth and I pick fifth. Then Pete, so it goes like, if that makes sense. But we have decided that Vic and Nate are going to be the first two picks. therefore ensuring that they do not wind up on the same team, because one of the greatest rivalries in Slob Olympics history is Vic versus Nate. Vic versus Nate. So by implementing this rule, we have ensured that Vic and Nate will be on opposite teams, which means we get 30 days of trash talking between Nate and Vic. And speaking of Nate, what's up, Nate?
Yeah, what's up?
Nate, need a lot more information, buddy. Being loud is not descriptive enough. What are the specifics of the complaint?
So basically, the neighbor of her apartment is saying, she's too loud. And also after that, my girlfriend, said, she started drama after that. After when she.
All right, let's not get to a separate issue that you're not going to be able to explain. Let's stick to the first issue, which is that she's being too loud. Too loud how?
Yes.
The TV is turned up too loud. She's stomping around. She's playing pickleball in her living room. What?
No, I think you said she's talking too loud, probably, or singing too loud in her room.
Singing too loud. Yeah, that would be extremely annoying. She's got to cut that shit out.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm sitting in my house and I can hear somebody in another house singing, that's a problem. So that's her fault. She's got to cut that shit out. That's black and white. She has to stop. Period.
And also, I don't know if Vega remembers, but you remember what I told you what she did to her work and stuff?
And I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say she's not Celine Dion. So, I understand the neighbor not wanting to listen to that shit. So the neighbor is right here. So whatever you need to do to talk to your girlfriend, she's got to get one of them Muffle Jones. The lady's daughter does choir and like theater and shit, and where she has to practice singing a bunch of songs and shit in her room. Guess what we got her for Christmas? This fucking muzzle thing you put over your mouth, and she can sing as loud as she fucking wants into that thing, and we don't hear a peep.
Yeah.
So look into that or cut the singing out. But there's no way I would sit. I've lived in an apartment. There's no way I would sit in my living room and listen to someone in the next apartment over singing whatever it is they were singing all day long. I wouldn't put up with that either. So she's got to cut that shit out. So that's an easy problem to solve. Stop the singing or get one of them fucking bowls that you put over your mouth and sing into. Those are the only two options. So that's easy.
Also, she also was mean to her coworker at her work.
Who was mean to a coworker? Your girlfriend was mean to a coworker?
No, she was disrespecting a coworker by yelling at her for no reason. Well, I got out of it.
Your girlfriend yelled at somebody at work for no reason?
That's why I get out of it, yeah.
All right, well, she's got to stop that. You can't yell at people for no reason at work. You have to have a lot of times you can't yell at people at work even if you have a reason, to be honest with you.
And also, I also try to help her by...
Now, where does she work? Let's start there.
She works at a fitness center.
Yeah, you can't be running. You can't be running around Planet Fitness yelling at people. Nobody wants that.
No.
Yeah.
And also she doesn't like her coworker, which I try to tell her you gotta.
That don't matter. You're gonna have people you don't like no matter where you work. Okay, unless you're working by yourself. But I've had a bunch of jobs in my lifetime. And I get along with most people, but there's always somebody there I don't like. You just got to ignore them. You can't be yelling at your coworkers.
Yeah, and I did tell her that what you just said. You have to respect them even if you don't like them. Basically.
Yeah, or just ignore them altogether.
Yeah,
Don't talk to them at all. I mean, but you can't be running around. You can't be running around curves, yelling at everybody you don't like. I mean, you can't do that.
Yeah, I try to, explain to her that, but I don't know if she, understands and stuff, but I tried. And also, she wants to get out of the apartment she's in and go to a normal apartment that also to explain what apartment she's in the disability care apartments where, you know,
Right.
and she wants to be in a normal apartment where she has to pay, you know, the landlord. But at what she's living at right now, the place pays half of her rent. And,
Right. Well, that's a decision that has to be made between her and her parents, not you.
yeah, I know. I'm just saying. She wants out, and which I suggested her you should not get out because you might not like the normal apartments because she won't have help or anything.
Right.
She's
Yeah.
on her own.
But that's got that. I mean, I've never met her.
Yeah.
I don't know how. I mean, I don't really know how to say this, so I'm just going to say it the only way I know how, which is what I normally do.
Okay.
People are different levels of retarded or autistic or need different levels of help. Not everybody's the same, right? I need a different version of help than Vic does. Vic needs a different level of help than you do. You need a different level of help than your girlfriend does.
Exactly.
It's impossible for anybody that doesn't know your girlfriend personally to give any advice on whether or not she should move into a quote unquote regular apartment. I don't know what level of competency she has. I think you said she drives.
No, she doesn't drive.
Oh, she doesn't drive. I thought you said she did. Okay, so I don't know, you know, so I can't give any advice one way or the other on whether or not she should stay in a facility that provides some assistance like she's in now, or whether she should kind of take the leap and move into a place that doesn't give that. I don't know. The only people I think that should be involved in that decision would be her parents, and maybe her doctors or whatever. But, you know, I can't give any advice on that.
I know, and also she.
What else now?
Yeah, you're muted, Nate.
It's damn Nate. Nate, you let us know when you're ready, buddy. He muted himself for reasons unknown.
Just a minute.
Oh, she might be calling him and yelling at him now.
Yeah.
That's a question we need to ask. Does she yell at Nate?
Yeah.
Seems like she yells at her neighbor. She yells at her landlord. She yells at her coworkers. You think she yells at Nate, Vic?
Yeah, possibly.
Oh no! All right, let's get to the bottom of it.
Yeah, maybe that could be it. Maybe that's why he wants to break up, because she yells at him.
I hope Nate hadn't got himself caught up in a domestic abuse situation here. You know, you can be verbally abused. It's not always physical, which we'll ask about that too, because she might be hitting on him too. I don't know, but it could be that she's verbally abusive to Nate, which of course would be unacceptable.
Yeah, I think that what Nate had been complaining about earlier was that she calls him too much.
Yeah, but that gets back to the whole thing about Nate spending the last 5 years complaining that no girl will talk to him. Now the only girl that will talk to him talks to him too much. I mean, I'm not trying to hear all that shit. I mean,
yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's just like I don't know what to do with her, to be honest.
What do your parents say?
Well, they were kind of surprised, to be honest. I tried to explain to them like what happened, and my mom understand, and she asked like why she do that, and then I basically I tried to tell you, so then she understand. But it's also, she said she doesn't want to break up with me.
She doesn't.
And also, she doesn't.
Okay, well,
but
I mean, that's
good. And I did tell her that if she's gonna act like, no, if she's gonna treat others with disrespect at work, I'm not gonna do it with her. So,
Well,
so I'm
what
not,
about you though? How does she treat you though?
she treated me as a friend, and
No, I mean, but does she yell at you?
No, and then that's why I said to her, it's not fair to, some of your coworkers that don't treat them fairly. Basically,
Yeah, but does she yell at you?
No, that's what I mean.
Has she ever hit you?
No.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
Because that would be
to her.
unacceptable. The only person that's allowed to talk down to you is VicTube.
Well, I know that.
Okay. No one else.
But it's just.
And you're not dating VicTube,
I
are
told. No.
No.
He's my rival. I don't know. Him. Basically, I said, let's just be friends, and so we can still hang out and stuff, and
You told her that?
Yeah.
Yeah, but why?
Well, I try to tell you, if she doesn't treat others with the respect that I get, I can't be with her. If she can't, treat people fairly, but
yeah, I don't know. I mean, if the lady went up to the hair salon and yelled at one of her coworkers, I don't know that I would really care.
Well, I would care because I mean.
Yeah, but I don't. Now, if the lady comes home and yells at me, that's a problem. But she can go to work and yell at whoever she wants. I don't bother me none. I'm not even there. Yeah, Pete says the same thing. I agree with Pete.
Also, I have to go, but I try the best I can to explain.
All right, we need to get this girl on the show, Nate, is what needs to happen. So make that happen.
So you friend zoned her. Is that what you're telling us, Nate?
I think he's gone, he said.
Okay.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I don't really care what happens when BA goes to work. Like, I don't really, I don't even really know what happens. She goes to work and she comes home, and that's it. Like, she doesn't sit me down for an hour, and which thank God she doesn't sit me down for an hour and go over every minute of her day. So maybe she is. Good. In other words, BA might be yelling at people at her job. I don't know. She's not too much yelling at me. She did yell at me once when we were in Vegas one time. She threw a $10 bill at me or something. I got mad. Remember that?
Okay.
Or a $1 bill or 20 or something. I don't remember. But she threw money at me, told me to shut up or something. That was probably my fault, though. Usually is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't care if. Now she gets on the phone with her sister and her mama and yells. I don't care. Now I do tell her, I was like, she'll be like, we'll be talking or whatever, something happened or something, whatever, and I'm like, you're not going to call your mom and tell her, are you? Because I just know that. Well, I'm trying to think if it bothers me when she gets on the phone and yells with her mom. I'm trying to think if that bothers me. It doesn't necessarily bother me that she's yelling at her mom. It does bother me just to hear somebody yelling. So in other words, if she were to go to her mom's house and yell at her mom, I wouldn't care. But anytime she gets on the phone with her mom or her sisters, I call it getting riled up. She gets all riled up. Every single time.
Yep.
The entire time that I've known her. She's never talked to her mom or either of her sisters on the phone without getting riled up. Now, here's my only concern about that. I'm always worried that the riled up on the phone with the mom and the sisters is going to somehow carry over to me. That's my only concern.
Yep.
You know, I don't want to be minding my own business and then
said,
I catch a stray because she's riled up from talking on the phone with her mom and her sisters and that. You know.
Yeah, BA says it doesn't bother you. She says you love it.
Well, I love it as long as it stays pointed in that direction. But the worry is always there that, because I do this, I'm sure everybody has done this before. I have gotten mad at something or somebody because I was mad at something else already. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like something will be bothering me that's completely unrelated to, let's say, the lady or whatever. But then you take it out on somebody else. That's my worry whenever she gets riled up. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, P wants to know if they yell at each other in Chinese or Korean. Yeah. I guess it would be Korean.
The mom yells in a mix of the two. The lady yells only in English. She doesn't even know Korean cuss words. So I know more German than she knows Korean. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I look at it all from a selfish point of view. Is it entertaining when the lady gets on the phone and gets all riled up with her mom and her sisters? Yes. It is. I'm not going to lie. It's kind of like, who was I with? Was it Dula? When we were in Vegas this past week, I was walking through the Flamingo with somebody. I think it was Dula.
Yeah, that's when Dula's wife kept calling.
No,
him.
well, this is a different story. And these two ladies and this guy were just getting into it yelling at the top of their lungs, it was some kind of a fight over a slot machine. And I stopped right there and just listened because I enjoyed it. It was drama, and that was you, Pete? Okay, yeah, so it was drama and yelling and screaming and a potential fight or altercation or something that had nothing to do with me. So I can just sit there and enjoy it, right? And then when it's over, I can just walk away. That's how I look at the lady getting riled up on the phone with her mom and her sisters. I enjoy it while it's happening. But when it's over, there's nowhere for me to walk away to. So I'm always worried that once she gets off the phone, she will remain riled up and somehow I become the target. That's what worries me about her getting riled up and the yelling on the phone or whatever. You know, that's all. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Good. The Pay-Lou movement is going well. So I was up after Monday. I was up a little Tuesday, and then yesterday I was up, I think $50. And I said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to go to the betting app, and whatever the next college basketball game is that is coming on, whatever the next game is on the app, I'm going to bet the favorite to cover and parlay it with the over. And guess what? It hit. You see how easy it is, Vic?
Yeah.
It was a nothing burger game. It was North Alabama versus Austin P. And I parlayed North Alabama minus 2.5 in the first half and North Alabama Austin P over 68 in the first half. And it hit. $50 to win 132. So that puts us up $145 for the week. So, Louie Banky. That's right, Jarvis. Louie Banky. I did not bet the Georgia game. I wish I would have, because they, of course, covered. They were 9-point favorites and won by almost 20. But no, I did not. I did not bet the Georgia game. Mrs. Pete, I think, is on Nate's side, because Mrs. Pete said if she finds out that Pete was disrespectful to gambling strangers in Vegas, she's going to break up with him. Well, me and you wouldn't last very long then, Mrs. Pete. Because I get into it with somebody at the table almost every time I sit down. Some jackleg motherfucker at the Circa, man. So I'm sitting there playing blackjack. Me and Paul sitting next to each other playing blackjack. And all the way on the other end of the table, there's this guy playing. And Paul actually did everything right, which was a minor miracle, but he did. Meanwhile, this guy on the end, he gets dealt a 17, and he hit on a 17, which is, I mean, and of course he busted. Of course he busted. But you know what? I didn't say anything because the dealer ended up busting too. So I won my hand. I think Paul won the hand too. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to let that go. I'm just going to let that go. Not 2 or 3 hands later, the guy gets dealt a 20, 2 10s. And the dealer had a 5 or a 6 or whatever it was. And it gets to him. And in that case, it's just an automatic stay. Stay. The guy's got a 20. The dealer's got the worst card he can have, a 6. It's automatic. Don't even think about it. Just stay. It gets to him, and he's sitting there. And he doesn't say stay. And I can feel my temperature rising. I can feel myself getting warm. And I'm like, no, please no. He looks over at me and Paul, and I'll give him credit for this. He asked, he goes, do y'all mind if I split these 10s? And I said, I didn't say anything when you did the 17 because you didn't ask. But if you're asking, yeah, I mind. Don't split the 10s. You have a winning hand. Both of us have a winning hand. The dealer has a 6. Yeah, I mind. He goes, okay. And he didn't split them. The dealer ended up drawing to a 21 and winning the hand. Now, the outcome of the hand doesn't dictate whether the decision you made was right or wrong. Okay? He made the right decision. You don't ever split a 20. You never split 10s. But because the dealer ran up a thing to 21 and beat all 3 of us, he started sitting over there and running his mouth. Oh, yep, shouldn't have asked, should have done it. Shouldn't have done it. And I was like, yeah, well, I mean, yeah, you should have. You did the right thing. And I told him, I said, the outcome of the hand doesn't change whether or not the decision you made was right or wrong. You don't ever split 10s. And he was like, yeah, well, all these people over here doing this and doing that. He was like, and then he used the same line I use all the time. He goes, you don't see these casinos getting no smaller, do you? I said, no. You know why? Because people hit on 17 and split 10s, and it's retarded. And I think it was Dula was standing behind me and Paul. And Dula basically grabbed my arm and said, Lou, you need to cash out. And I said, you know what? You're right. Because I was about to, I don't know what I was about to do.
Yeah, you need to cash out before you crash out.
Yeah. I mean, the guy asked, do you mind? So if you ask, I'm going to tell you. Yeah, I mind. Don't do it. It's dumb. It's retarded. Do you hate money? Are you allergic to money? Do you want to win the hand or do you want to lose 2 hands? Would you rather have 1 winning hand or 2 losing hands? Yeah, I mind. Don't do it. And then, he had, of course he had something he had to say about it afterwards. And I said, yeah, because of people like you. People like you are why they got more people in the back counting money than they do out front dealing games. Because of people like you.
Well, you had to set him straight.
Dula's basically pulling me off the chair at this point. And I'm like, yeah, what cash? I was like, just cash me out. How about that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you had to set him straight. I mean,
I mean, I wouldn't have said nothing. I didn't say nothing when he did the 7. And look, here's the thing. When people have their money on the table, they can play any way they want. And it might irritate me, might make me mad. I might think they're stupid for doing it, but it's their money. They can do whatever they want. Now, when it's Paul, you know, and I know Paul, and he knows what he's supposed to do, and he just makes a mistake, fucks up, and it costs me $400 like last time we were in Vegas, yeah, then I say something to Paul because he's my buddy or whatever. But I don't, you know, I don't typically sit at the table and yell at strangers. You know what I do? If somebody hits a 17 or splits 10s, I just cash out and go to another table. I don't generally get into a verbal altercation with him. But what pissed me off about this guy was he asked if we minded. And when we said, yeah, we mind, he got mad that we minded. Well, then why'd you ask? Dummy? Anyway, Dula was basically pulling me out of the chair at that point, which was probably good. You know, probably good, but anyway. Yeah, we played some baccarat. In fact, we went at Paris. Me, Pete, and Dula, all three of us sat down at the same baccarat table, and we all three won. We played for about an hour too. Now that's the only time I've ever won at baccarat. I've played baccarat 5 or 6 times. I've lost all but once. I don't have much luck at all with baccarat. But they had a $25 table at Paris, which is cheap if you know anything about baccarat. It's hard to find a $50 table a lot of times at baccarat. But they had a $25 table, so we sat down and played for about an hour, and all three of us cashed out ahead. So, but that's the only time I've ever won money playing baccarat.
Okay, well, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Pa didn't lose his ID and his wallet again, right?
No, he didn't lose anything.
No. That's good.
Nobody lost anything we didn't have anything like that come up this time. I mean, you had the situation where Paul got cussed out by the one-legged lady, but that was about it.
Right.
She had had enough of his bullshit.
Yeah.
You know, and she cussed his ass out. So that was good. We did do the thing one day where we sat in a room for like 2 or 3 hours and called everybody's wives and girlfriends on speakerphone and just, you know, hello, like that, or
yeah,
whatever it is we were doing. What irks me is some jackass sticking their hand down to place a bet and the dice are out and being thrown. Well, in that case, usually, the dealer's not supposed to count that bet. I mean, and they're supposed to say, the dealer's supposed to handle that. That's what I'm complaining about in blackjack is not against the rules. A player can make any bet he wants. He can do anything he wants with his own hand or whatever. It's just pisses me off that they do it. What you're talking about is like not allowed. You can't place a bet after action has started in craps. The dealer should be handling that. Oh, I don't think anybody has mentioned this either, but talking about how Dula's always on the phone with his wife and that, right? Constantly on speakerphone for everybody to hear. When we were in the room calling each other's wives and girlfriends or whatever with the trolling routine, of course he did it on speakerphone, and he hands me the phone. And you know, when you're on the phone with somebody, it says on the front of the phone who you're on the phone with, right? Yeah. Like if I call you, Vic, and while I'm talking to you, I put it on speakerphone and I look at my phone, it's going to say VicTube or whatever name I have for you in my phone, right? What do you think when Dula's wife calls him, what does Dula have his wife saved as in his phone? Do you think it's her first name, first and last?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, that would be her name, right?
Yeah, so her name is Katessa. I think a lot of people call her Tessa.
Okay, but
anyway,
that's not what he has her on.
That is not what he has her saved as in his phone.
Okay.
Doula's wife is saved in his phone as my WAP.
My.
So every time Doula would hand me his phone, I was on the phone with his wet ass pussy. And when I first got on the phone and noticed that, I was like, and I was talking to her, I was like, hey, he has you saved in here as my WAP. What does that mean? I played dumb. I was like, what does that mean? That's not your initials, because I know your name's like, what does that mean, my WAP? She wouldn't say it. She was like, oh, you'll have to ask. I don't know what he's crazy. I don't know. She was embarrassed.
Okay, so she does know that he's saved in her phone as that.
I don't know if she knew that or not, but when I told her, she was like, oh my God, I don't know.
Yeah, Mrs. Pete says it means wife and partner.
Yeah, that must be it. That must be it.
Oh.
But we had a good time again. I do know that. Wife and partner.
Yeah, that's a good theory, but yeah.
We had a good time, though. I'm already looking forward to next year.
Yep. Yes, you got your hotel booked for the night before the cruise.
Yeah, I did that yesterday. I had forgot about it, honestly, and then I heard Pete talking about it, and I was like, well, shit. So I text Pete, hey, what's that hotel or whatever? So, yeah, I got that.
I know that other fools was thinking about changing the hotel, but then I told him, that we've already booked that hotel, so.
Yeah. And you know what else? I'm
We're
not
stuck there
I mean,
now.
I know everybody's staying at the same hotel, maybe hang out or whatever, but it's probably going to be 9 or 10 o'clock before I even get there. Because I'm bringing my daughter and my niece with me, and they have to go to school that day on Thursday. So it'll probably be 4 or 5 o'clock before we even leave Augusta. And I think it's about a 6 or a 7 hour drive. Well, let's just see how far it is. Before I do that, this is amazing. This is amazing here. Listen to this, Vic.
And Tommy Tuberville, a great coach. His quarterback was named Mahomes. He was a great college coach. And I said, how good was he? He said, you don't want to know how good. He made me into a great coach. He's pretty good quarterback, right? Yeah, he was very good. He's a good guy, too.
Now, Vic, what's wrong with that statement?
What is that? I know. Is that Mahomes? You said that Mahomes was a coach.
No, he did not say Mahomes was a coach. I'll play it again. Clean your ears and listen.
And Tommy Tuberville, a great coach. His quarterback was named Mahomes. He was a great college coach.
Vic.
Oh, he said that Tommy Tuberville's quarterback was Pat Mahomes.
Did Tommy Tuberville ever coach Patrick Mahomes?
No, he did not.
No, he did not. Now, It's one thing to just get that wrong or not know that. But then he has to make up a story about how Tommy Tuberville told him how great it was to coach Patrick Mahomes. Which, of course, he does this all the time. I mean, he makes up stories all the time, but this is just hilarious to me.
And Tommy Tuberville.
What do you think Tommy Tuberville's sitting there thinking when Trump's saying that? Tuberville's like, wait a minute. First of all, I never coached Pat Mahomes. Second of all, I never told you I coached Pat Mahomes and how great it was to coach him or whatever. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
That was Cliff Kingsbury that coached Mahomes.
Now, see, when Biden used to do shit like this, it's because his mind is literally made up of mashed potatoes and he doesn't know where he's at or what he's doing. He's just old and half dead and senile when Biden did shit like that. When Trump does this, it's just because he's a habitual liar and pretty much everything that ever comes out of his mouth is either completely made up or an outright lie. It's hilarious.
You know, his quarterback was named Mahomes. He was a great college coach. And I said, how good was he? He said, you don't want to know how good. He made me into a great coach. He's pretty good quarterback, right? Yeah, he was very good. He's a good guy, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes owes all his success to the tutelage he received while playing for Tommy Tuberville. That's amazing. So yeah, I got the hotel room for Slob Olympics. I went ahead and did my Wi-Fi deal too. Paid whatever that is. Yeah, the egg prices. Waffle House has got a sign up that says, any meal you order that includes eggs, we're going to charge you 50 cents extra above the menu price per egg. So, like, if you go in there and get their 2-egg breakfast, which is what I normally get, and let's say it's $7.49, you have to pay $1 more than that, 50-cent surcharge per egg.
Yeah. Yep.
Things are getting out of control.
Yes, it's that bird flu. Yeah.
Right. No, it's the fault of whoever the president is at the time. Outside circumstances don't affect prices. The only thing that affects prices is who the president is at the time. That's it.
Yes, well, I thought that that Biden was the president when the bird flu started, or.
Well, he wasn't the president when Waffle House instituted a 50-cent surcharge per egg. So
right. He was not. Right.
it doesn't have anything to do with the bird flu.
Okay,
The bird flu is an outside circumstance. Outside circumstances don't have anything to do with the price of anything. The only thing that affects the price of anything is who the president is.
Right. Okay. Yep. Yeah, Pa says they're egging us on. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're egging us on. Yeah, some guy says that his ringtone for his wife is the Imperial March. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, the Darth Vader theme. Yeah. Yeah.
That's brutal.
Yeah.
Cold-blooded, too.
Yeah. Yeah, some guy says she does not think it's funny, but every man does.
Interesting.
Yeah, they still got no eggs at Publix.
Dang. Thanks, Trump.
Their egg section. I mean, it's completely empty. Yeah, we were just there on Sunday, and it's like their egg section is completely empty. Yeah.
Right. I don't know. We haven't had any problem getting eggs here that I know of, but we don't shop at Publix. We go to the Kroger.
Yeah.
As far as I know, and I'm not usually the one that usually it's the lady that goes, but like she's never came home and said, "Hey, there was no eggs at the store."
Right. Well, I mean, we have a neighbor that we get eggs from. So.
Oh, so y'all ain't got no concerns.
No, it's not. It's just not really a problem. No.
So you could afford eggs even when Biden was president.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's right. Even before the bird flu. Yeah.
Yeah, you're lucky.
That's right.
Now, your neighbor that you get the eggs from, do their chickens have bird flu?
No.
Okay. That's good.
Okay, Poe says as eggs here. Okay.
Pa stocked up on eggs where he went to Vegas.
Yeah.
We don't eat eggs that often here. Every once in a while, we'll make like breakfast for dinner, and we'll do like bacon, eggs, grits, whatever. But
yeah,
we don't use very many eggs here.
Yeah. Do you find it kind of weird? It's like the price of eggs going up. We don't hear anything about the price of chicken going up.
Yeah, it is interesting.
Yeah, you think we'd be having a shortage of chicken too, like the actual meat chicken, but
Quail eggs. What?
yeah,
You can eat those?
Yeah, I've had duck eggs too. Yeah. Yeah, but I had to stop eating the duck eggs because they gave me the shits. So.
Damn. Who was president when that happened?
Biden.
Damn, that fucking Biden. Worthless piece of shit gave you the runs.
Well, the duck eggs did, but yeah.
Yeah, but Biden was president.
Right.
It's his fault.
Yeah, Pa says we are eating the chickens they are killing.
So you can eat chickens that have bird flu, you just can't eat their eggs?
Huh. Yeah, I'm confused about that too.
You eat 10 to 12 eggs a day? Why? Who the fuck does that? How much do you pay for your Lipitor? 10 to 12 eggs a day? What are you eating, eggs with every meal? There's other shit to eat.
Yeah, Brandon says he does carnivore.
God damn. Aren't there other meat products besides eggs you can eat?
Yeah, there are. So do you eat the yolks too, or just the whites?
God damn, 12 eggs a day?
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So you eat all the yolks too, or just the whites?
Damn.
Is it all the nutrients are in the yolk? Jeez.
I couldn't eat 10 to 12 of anything every day. Like, that just gets fucking old. This man eats breakfast 3 times a day. I mean, I love breakfast, but damn. It's a lot of eggs.
Yeah, so he eats two meals a day. So 2 meals of eggs a day. You want to try the carnivore diet? Well, I mean, I, I mean we are omnivores, not carnivores. So
I'm not doing any diet at all of any kind. I'm just going to continue to eat what I want to eat on a daily basis. I don't.
yeah, humans are omnivores, not carnivores. So
I might have a couple of purses, but dieting is where I draw the fucking line. That's too much. Can you imagine a bunch of guys sitting around talking about what the latest fad diet they're on?
no. We know you like boiled eggs, Millis, because you ate like 30 of them. But yeah.
Last night we had salmon, rice, and green beans. Since Pete wants to try the carnivore diet, I think on his next midday show he should have a panel of guys on that sit around and talk about their dieting.
Yeah, I ain't got no interest in that.
Damn. Have you tried keto or Weight Watchers, Brandon?
Keto, or what do they call it, paleo, or
Hey, have you tried the Atkins diet?
yep. What about the South Beach diet?
Oh boy. Yeah, I'm with Slaw. I'm not doing no fucking diet. If I want a cookie, I'm gonna eat a cookie. If I want steak, like tonight, we're having all the kids over and we're grilling steak. So today I'm having steak, French fries, and corn on the cob. You know, like I'm just gonna continue to eat what I want to eat. If you're on the carnivore diet and you go to somebody's house to eat dinner and they've got baked chicken, mashed potatoes, and a salad, what do you just eat the chicken? You tell them on the salad and the mashed potatoes, you tell them thanks, but no thanks. I'm on the carnivore diet. I can only eat the chicken. Do they have meat ice cream that you can have after dinner? Oh, man. Vic, you're on that 2% milk diet, aren't you? That's all you drink?
Yeah, well, I drink water too, but yeah.
Water and 2% milk.
Yeah.
Not whole
Yeah,
milk.
that's
You don't
about
drink
all I
whole milk?
No.
Yeah. All right. I drank whole milk for a long time. I stopped about 2 or 3 years ago. I drink 2% now. But whole milk is a million times better. No doubt about it. Vic, who you got in the Super Bowl, bud?
Yeah, the Eagles.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, Unsung's got it right. When I got up to, I was up to 190 something pounds. I stopped drinking whole milk, went to 2% milk, mostly stopped drinking soda. I might have a couple of sodas a week, but mostly I just drink water now. Well, coffee in the mornings and water all day long. I'll probably have a sweet tea with the steak dinner tonight. But when I do sweet tea, I do half sweet tea, half water. Sweet tea is too sweet for me anymore. Oh, we got to give Paul credit too. I think, when we go on these trips, we spend a lot of times afterwards, like telling funny stories about dumb shit people did or whatever. And so a lot of that always has to do with Paul. But Paul hit a home run. We went out on a limb and gave Slaw the task of finding us somewhere to eat oysters while we were in Vegas.
Yeah.
And he found a place. And, man, it was good. I think that's the best meal I had out there, honestly. It was really good. They had 3 or 4 different types of raw oysters you could choose from. And then they had charbroiled oysters. They had barbecued oysters that they did. Anyway, we ended up ordering about 6 or 7 different orders of oysters, 2 or 3 dozen raw, I know we got char-broiled, barbecue, maybe even a bunch of oysters. And then Paul got an order of clams. I don't eat clams, but he said they were good. I got shrimp and grits. It was really good. Everything at that place was good. Yeah, Big Al's Oyster Bar. That was the name of it. Yep. He hit a home run there.
Yep.
A home run. Lobster mac and cheese. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was really good. It was inside a casino, not on the strip, though. It was about a 10-minute drive away. It was, and not downtown either. It was the Orleans Casino. The Orleans Casino. Man, it was good. It was really good. The food in the Mob Museum was pretty good too. That's surprising, honestly. You would think it would just be kind of gimmicky, but it was really good. They didn't have meals there. It was all shareable appetizers, and we ordered just about every one they had. Meatballs, charcuterie board. I forget all the shit they had. We ordered 6 or 7 appetizers and just shared them at the table. But that place was good too. Yeah, that place was good too. We ate at Carlos and Charlie's. I think that was the first night we were there. I had my shrimp tacos. Somebody ordered from there. I think it was Sir UJ ordered chicken nachos from there. You know, I love my chicken nachos. I have never ordered them from Carlos and Charlie's before. That damn plate of chicken nachos, I'm not shitting you, was a foot tall. I've never seen anything like it. 4 people could have eaten off of those things. I've never seen an order of nachos that looked like it. It was a mountain of fucking chicken nachos. I'd try it. I'd order it next time. I might order that next time I'm out there. We had already eaten, and he was gambling and didn't have no interest in eating. And then all of a sudden he showed up at the table after we were pretty much all done. And so he ordered that plate of chicken nachos. And so I tried them just to try them, and they were really good, but I couldn't eat much because I had just ate my meal. But my God, that was a mountain of chicken nachos. Yeah, and I love chicken nachos. I mean, that's the biggest plate of nachos I've ever seen. Yeah, and it was cheap too. It was like $20. The taco dinner I think is $25. And that's not bad either. You get 3 tacos, rice and beans, 3 shrimp tacos. That's not bad either. But I'm serious. 3 or 4 people could go in there and order one order of chicken nachos, and I don't know if 3 people could finish that plate. I mean, it's that fucking big. But they have that happy hour every day there too, from like noon to 9. You could go in there and 4 people could go in there, each order 2 margaritas because they're buy one get one free for happy hour. All 4 people could order 2 margaritas each, 1 plate of chicken nachos. 4 people could eat in there and drink the 2 margaritas each for probably $50 or $60. Because you're going to pay about $15 for the 1 margarita, then you get the second one free. Let's see. Or maybe $70, $70 or $80. 4 people could eat in there. What's up, David? Yeah, that is what I'm going to order next, I think. The only thing I've ever ordered from there, I do this with every restaurant I go to. If I go to a restaurant and I'll order something and it's bad, then the next time I go to that restaurant, I'll order something else. And I'll keep doing that until I find something that's good, and then that's all I'll ever order from there. So if I've ever been to a restaurant before I don't even need to look at the menu when I walk in. Once I find something I like, I'm just a creature of habit that way. So every time I go in Carlos and Charlie's, I don't even look at the menu anymore. I just order the shrimp tacos, and that's it. I'm done with it. But I'm going to try those chicken nachos next time. I can't get over how big that fucking plate of nachos. They brought that thing out to the table, and I said, God damn. I said, we all already ate, right? But, I mean, we didn't know it was going to be that big. You like nachos, Vic?
Yeah.
Pete said he had the pork street tacos, and they were amazing. Yeah, I've never had those there either. Yeah, I always get the shrimp tacos when I go. But, man, it's going to be hard to say no to those chicken nachos. I'm serious. 2 or 3 people couldn't finish that plate. And here's the thing. When you find a deal in Vegas, you got to latch on to it because there ain't a lot of them. There ain't a lot of them. Carlos and Charlie's is a deal. Yeah, Pete was so fucking hungry. They brought our meals out, and we were starving. But they brought our meals out, and they set my shrimp tacos down in front of Pete. And before we even knew what was going on, Pete had ate half of one of my tacos. I forgot about that. All right, Vic. Well, what else is going on, buddy? We got to get the hell out of here. Pete was hungry like a fucking hostage. Pete goes, yeah, I'll take the pork street tacos. 5 minutes later, they set a plate of shrimp, regular shrimp tacos down in front of him. He don't think twice about it. God damn, man. This Vegas flu. Every time I go to Vegas, I get the Vegas flu. It's not enough to keep me from wanting to go again, though. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. I shall overcome. All right, what you got going on, Vic? We got to get out of here.
Let's see. Well, let's see. Yeah, I did do 2 videos this week. I did like the most, like the most disappointing teams, and they also did another one of like, the most surprising teams, like surprisingly good teams. Yeah.
All right.
And then, of course, I got my, so you can check those out if you want. And I also, of course, have my live stream tomorrow at 6 p.m. So.
Oh, that's good. So they can find you over on your channel tomorrow at 6.
Yeah.
All right, good. All right, well, if that sounds like something that would be interesting to you, check out VicTube tomorrow night at 6 o'clock over on his channel. He does a live show every Friday at 6. All right, Vic, thanks for coming on, buddy.
Okay, and thanks for having me on, Lou.
Yep, we'll do it again next Thursday. There you go, VicTube every Thursday right here on the morning show. All right, appreciate y'all tuning in. I'm going to attempt to slowly stand up and get out of this chair. This back situation got me down bad. Sneezed yesterday and pulled a muscle right above my waist on my right side of my back, and I'm telling you, I'm down for the count. This is bad. This is real bad. I hope it's better by Sunday. Actually, I hope it's better by Saturday. So I'm gonna do a live stream Saturday on YouTube. I don't know what time yet. I'm gonna look at the schedule of basketball games, and I'm gonna find a game to bet on that's coming on TV, and whatever time that happens to be, I'm gonna do a live stream during that time. But of course, per normal, we can talk college football the entire time. The live stream will just be timed around whatever college basketball game I happen to be watching that I'm betting on that day. But of course, we'll talk college football for a couple hours on Saturday. And then for the Super Bowl on Sunday, that will be the Patreon stream this week. So a lot of you are signed up over there. I will see you Sunday around 6 o'clock on Patreon, and we will hang out, watch the Super Bowl, and hopefully watch the Eagles win, since I went ahead and put a bet on the Eagles. So need the Eagles to come through for Uncle Lou on Sunday. But I had a good time this morning. Appreciate y'all waking up and hanging out with me today. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. to do it all over again. But until then, though, do me a favor. Have a good morning, would you?